Rachel O'Donnell. I just joined up in January of the program for the 9-month version of the program. I'm located in Hollywood, California, and I work as a talent manager for Beachbody, which is a fitness company, and I do the video production side and help with production logistics and talent. I joined Prepared to be Pursued because I have seriously started getting into dating and I just really needed some guidance. This year in general for me, for my New Year's resolution, was to go inward and really work on myself and my mindset and what I could do to improve how I look at the world. But I wanted to think about the things that I'd never thought to think about. And that was important to me. So when this program came into my life, it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted to stretch my mind and really see where it could take me. The initial goal is to find someone to marry. So I'm out there dating and potentially, and it's going really great so far. I'm a few months in to the Prepared to be Pursued journey. I'm in the 6-month portion now. Just getting ready to do my 3 dates in 30 days. So I've got a good momentum going right now. I have a date later today, a beach picnic with a guy that I had done a art museum date with a couple weeks ago. I feel like I've got such a good momentum going and I'm learning so much that I'm not worried about making that goal. I think it's naturally gonna happen over time and keeping my options open. And heck, while I'm traveling, I might get an opportunity for one as well. Emotional authority is definitely something I'm still struggling with. I would say that's like the number one. But just wrapping my head around the different things that Nikki talks about, and I made a lot of notes during the modules, and I go back and I reread my notes in between module weeks, and really just try and sit and think on certain topics and run it over in my head, and really try to grow on that even on my off time. Attracting, I've really gotten into my allure factors and just having the strength to show up in them and then take no shit, you know, take nothing below that. And that's my biggest struggle. I'm a people pleaser, and it's hard for me to show live in front of a person when I don't like what they're saying or what they're doing. So I've kind of learned to kind of stand my ground and be in my allure factors, even in the way I might show that I don't like something, and do it in a fun and nonchalant or like funny way. So it's not like putting too much on them, but they get it and they can still correct the action. Actually, I've gotten really good at choosing. That was something I've really struggled with prior to this program, trying to find the quality guys. And oh my gosh, it's like my brain is open and now all of a sudden I recognize these smallest little things and what's not right for me. And honestly, one of the biggest struggles I'm having is being too choosy. Nikki's had to talk to me about that because sometimes I'll be like, and she's like, oh, why though? And I'm like, and she'll bring up some good points. And so actually the guy that I'm going on a second date with tonight, I originally was like, poo-poo. And then Nikki was like, well, tell me why. And I came back and I was like, well, I guess I was kind of quick to write him off. And actually ever since, he's been green flags all the way. So it's been interesting turnaround. I've actually learned a lot just by just that part of the choosing. And I can be particular and I can be picky, but also recognizing when a man's just being a man versus when he's being disrespectful, and learning to just navigate the man's world. Influencing has been a really cool thing to learn. How to inspire men to do what you want has been just such a fun thing. I haven't mastered it by any means, but a fun thing to wrap my head around. I'm a kind of a straightforward person, and I'm a logistical person, and I'm a planner, and I'm an executor. And a lot of my problem early in dating has become taking over. I take over or if I notice something's a little off about the day, I'm like, I'll take over. Oh, let's fix this. Oh, but did you think of this? And I'm gonna need to go with the flow and influence by suggesting like, oh, well, I would like this, and then he then can present me with options that match that. So it's been interesting. That part I'm still learning. It's a fun thing to learn though. have already accomplished so much in this program in the way that I think about approaching dating. So much, even a sense of calm. At the very beginning, there was this franticness, almost coming off as desperation and clinging, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at this age, I'm like, I want to have certain milestones by certain ages, and I'm like, in order for those to be achieved, I'm like, I gotta meet somebody now. And just certain things have unlocked my brain that, like, there is a greater option out there. There are all kinds of ways of doing this. It doesn't have to be so strict. And you can do it in a fun way on your own time, and let kind of like the greater universe and God take over and guide you towards what is right for you. And this program is helping me recognize the good and recognize the bad, and being able to separate the two. And once I'm able to, even separating the bad at first, even like just turning somebody down was a struggle for me. I didn't really know. I felt so bad. I just would never want to hurt somebody like that. So even if I didn't like them, so that was something I had to learn pretty early on. And then on the separate side of it is recognizing the good and not getting so excited when I see it. That was another thing too, like, don't get so emotionally invested right off the bat. That is a struggle for me. So dating multiple guys at once, oh boy, that is a hard thing to wrap my head around. But I'm learning that that's actually really helping with the emotional attachment, because if I have multiple people I'm excited about, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket and be like, well, when am I going to see him again? I'm like, well, I can just go on a different date. Try something new, and I can continue that journey without putting so much pressure on just that second date, third date with that one guy. So that's helping me so much. I've learned a lot about the internal calm in approaching men, and having my allure factors show up, but also just being in my strength and I am great and I know it, not in a conceited way, but in a powerful, strong, steady, almost stoic way. And they say that when you show up that way, men start to show up differently for you. And oh my gosh, all of a sudden, when I was ready to start seriously dating and I was just being myself and letting them come to me, all of a sudden I come in and out of the apartment, guys are opening the door for me. The guys are opening the door to the car. I was in the grocery store trying to find the validation the other day, and a guy and he came over and he did it for me, and I was just like, what's going on? So it is interesting how when you show up for yourself and you live a happy life for yourself and you're proud of you, it all starts with you. It's a bizarre kind of thought. The best way to be loved is to love yourself first, 100%. And you're just your greatest self. And then people will be attracted to that because you're beaming it. You're showing it. I'm me and I'm proud and I'm happy and look at me. Like, not in a cocky way, but people will recognize that energy and they're attracted to it. They want it too. And when you show up in your allure factors, you're alluring. And it's just a really, really cool experience. I'm really, really excited to see what comes of the future. And there's still more modules to learn. So I'm super, super excited. I would say what I'm most proud about that I've learned so far in this program is really leaning into my own power and learning that you have influence and that you have allure factors, and that just simply by being, you attract. And it's all about starting with you first. And that's such like a beautiful, caring thing, self-love and self-care and getting right with yourself and loving yourself. And that beams outward, and it's an energy and it's a vibe, and people pick it up and they want to be around it. And in my attempts to be more involved in the outside with guys and attracting, like, it's been so cool to just grow and power into myself and learn that a calm, stoic, powerful, alluring mindset and body and soul, you show up in that way, and how it attracts the right kind of people. It attracts some bad too, but in this program, part of that has been recognizing when someone's just attracted to you for you versus attracted to you in other ways, and not wanting necessarily what you want. And so it's just been so cool to see that power grow and to feel it. You have so much confidence when that gets ignited. And I really, and not just with dating, that helps with like every aspect of your life. It's really, really cool when things start aligning. I would say the most challenging part of this journey so far is my lack of control. I didn't realize I had control issues until I started this, because a lot of times that really works in my job, and I'm in charge of logistics and controlling things. And I've also learned in my life that I like to lead. I like to, when I have a group of friends to do something fun with, I like to be that organizer, because I can control how the vibe's gonna go. And I know I can create such a good environment and an uplifting one and tend to people's needs and in a way that I know is gonna be a good experience. So in a date, it's been really hard to relinquish that control, to think, oh, like, is this still gonna be fun if he's controlling it? Well, that's how you find out if he's good at if he's going to bring the good vibe to the date. That's been such a challenge for me, because even to this date I'm going on tonight, we're doing a beach picnic, and what's coming up for me is he said he picked up the fire word, and I'm like, did you remember to pick up a lighter? Did you remember to pick up a fire starter? Like, oh my God, like, do I need to bring these things just in case? And this is every date for me. I'm like, did he think of this? Did he think of that? And part of the journey and learning who this guy is and see if he's going to show up for you in the right way is see if he actually remembered or thought this through. And it's so hard for me to relinquish that control. So I have learned, in part of that control is to control the date in other ways. I can control me, so I can control my reaction to things. So if he doesn't, like, it's gonna be fine. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll go to a gas station. We'll get a lighter, or fire starter, whatever. And it'd be a fun experience, but also to like not be completely in charge of it all the time. So I would definitely say that's been the hardest thing that I am clearly still struggling with to this day. But I'm learning so much. I have good high hopes. Prepared to be Pursued has been such a cool place to learn all this, because there's so many different aspects to the program. The modules, for example, have been just amazing. I love that I can go at my own pace. I can write notes as I go. The worksheets, they have been such a help. I just love that kind of information and just soaking it all up, and then having like weeks or more in between to really soak it all in and even apply it in the real world and come back and review my questions and answers for it and review my notes. The weekly Q&As, because I'm in California, I don't always get to be live with those, but I love that they're available in the 9-month program, that you can go back and review them. So on my off time, or like if I'm in between like the longer modules, I'll go back and I am checking off old Q&As from weeks past that I haven't gotten to attend, because there's nuggets there, there's information, and the questions other people ask. It's really interesting to see what's coming up for them and what options are out there, and stuff that, again, stuff that's something I didn't think about, somebody thought to ask, and then I'm like, oh, and I love the different answers that Nikki and Kaylee and the other different leaders of those provide. It's a really interesting thought process. The private coaching sessions, I think, are by far like, Nikki has such a mind for this. I can't even, you can really drop any question on her and she just has this incredible answer. Same with the monthly calls. I love sitting in on those, but she has such a knowledge base, and she gets to learn you as a person and applies your personal experiences to it. And the one-on-one coaching is by far been just some serious aha moments, and the homework assignments I get from those are specific to me and what I need to work on, and I just take that very seriously, and I really, really appreciate that. Unfortunately, with the retreats, I'm not a part of those during this round. This particular year, I happened to be traveling overseas a lot for work and for pleasure, so I haven't been involved in those, but they look really interesting. many of you may know Kaylee O'Donnell, my sister, who went through this program, and she had such great experiences on those retreats. It'd be something I'd love to do one day. They look really interesting. The group coaching aspect has been really interesting. I haven't been to a lot of them because of my schedule, but it is so cool to see the other women involved in the program. And it's nice to just see other people doing it and know you're not alone and see what other people are struggling with, because again, it might be something you never thought to ask, or stuff that people are in different stages in the dating phase, and someone may be way further along than you are, and they have a question that you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't even gotten there to ask that question for that to come up yet. And you're like, okay, I'm already prepared with the tools I need going in to that when that comes up. And the same thing for women who in the program who are new or haven't gotten to that phase that I'm in, that I can share my experiences and what I've learned and help them. So it's an interesting way for everybody to bond and have community and share and help each other through this, because it's scary. And we're women out here doing this. We're powerful women, but by God, we're terrified sometimes. And we need each other to hold each other up sometimes, and it's going to be okay. And like, been there. It's okay. This happens to all of us, and share in these insecurities and lift each other up. Same with VIP days. I won't be taking advantage of it this time around. I really, my sister had such a good experience with the VIP day. I still yet, part of me has this little challenge inside of me, and that I want to kind of do it for myself still. I want to see how that goes. So I'm still so early into it, and I have such lofty goals, and I'm really coming to my power. So we'll see. Those are always, I've heard such incredible benefit stories from those. I'm not ready to take advantage yet, but we'll see how it goes first. I love this question. I find that I want to scream it from the rooftops quite a bit. That this isn't just for a certain demographic of women. This isn't a certain age of, like, it is for anyone at any stage looking for a man in any capacity. And what I've found is a lot of women, even the friends of mine who I've told this program about, have such this negative outlook on men, and they're in the dating apps and they're trying to make these attempts, and I'm seeing these answers and these responses to men, and I'm like, a lot of women, I think, we can't attract the kind of man in any capacity, whether it's just a dating or just for fun or marriage or whatever you're looking for. You're not going to be able to attract a man if you're busy hating them at the same time. And I'm seeing that a lot. And I 100% come from that. I deal with that to this day and try to overcome that. But this is such a cool eye-opener, and women would benefit from this in so many different ways. And again, it's helped me in so many aspects of my life, not just dating. And so I wish women knew that about this going into the program, that there is seriously some major life stuff to learn here that will change your life and the trajectory of what you're trying to do specifically in finding a man. And there's so much you haven't thought to think about that's out there to think about. Oh my gosh, I could really speak to that woman, because when I first talked to Nikki, I did not intend, I just was on actually joining, I was really curious of just exploring. And I had such a great talk with her. I felt really called to this, but it was a leap. It was a scary leap. I didn't sleep well that night after I committed. I wanted to throw up. I'm like, what have I committed to? Like, I'm going to have to really step up. It was scary. And I just want to say to women in my place, I'm like, I get it. It's scary. This is terrifying on many levels. The vulnerability you're putting out there, the kind of work you're committing to. There are times where one day I'm like, let's do this. And there's another day I'm like, I can't right now. And like, I don't want to. I'm too scared. I'm not ready to put myself in that vulnerable place. And then the next day I'm back to like, okay, let's do this. You're going to get scared. It's part of the journey. It's a scary thing to put yourself out there and be vulnerable like that. But at the same time, my God, what you can unlock within yourself. And I also find that the things that make you most scared to leap are typically the most valuable. You're scared because you're right on the other side of breakthrough, and there's so much that has to happen, even break down, before you can break through, and success is on the other side of that. And so you're committing to the breakdown kind of in a way, because you're going to have to break down certain perceptions or how you think about men or dating, and you have to be okay and willing that that's going to happen. And there's so much to in the rebuilding of yourself in the right way, inside and out, how it changes your life. I would say it's going to be scary, but it's kind of like jumping, into the pool. You just got to dive. You got to just go. And yeah, you might want to throw up right before, but they say bravery is doing it scared. Just do it scared. You can still be scared. Just do it anyway.